Welcome to this Windows channel, and as we are continuing to look and review the different changes within Windows 10 Spring Creators Update. One of the first is the fact that in the updates, when you go to Windows Updates, you now will have a very detailed view. So when you check for updates, you want your PC to update. If there are multiple updates showing up, one of the interesting things that they've changed here is before, when you had 2, 3, 4 updates, you didn't really know what happened. You didn't really know which one was installing, what was the status of the install process. Now we do. When there are several updates showing up, each will have its own percentage, its own description of, waiting for restart or installing or downloading. It tells you what update is doing what. That's a nice, interesting new feature that is cool. One thing that they've also completed, of course, the Microsoft Store has been tweaked, and they're continuing to tweak the Microsoft Store as time goes by and trying to make it better, trying to have people use it. One of the first things is that the Microsoft Store will have new sections. So as we go by, there will be a hardware section. There will be the sections for every little detail. What's nice also is there are now progressive web apps available. That means with Redstone 4, with the new version of Windows now, there are some things called progressive web apps, which is pretty cool because, when Microsoft announced Universal Windows Platform apps, obviously it was for the fact that there would be multiple versions of Windows across multiple devices. The problem is, really, that didn't happen much. Plus the fact that people or companies and developers were not really supporting it much. So a lot of the good apps were not there. The good news with the PWA apps, which is progressive web apps, is that with very little effort, an app can be in the store because it relies on the web infrastructure rather than relying on a full set of code that makes it run uniquely here. And it's a platform that is universal. Every big major company is actually accepting the progressive web app standard, including Google. So one of the first ones that I use that is a PWA app now is Twitter. Twitter is now under a progressive web app platform app, which is very nice. And there are new ones showing up in the store. So they've like a dozen apps that have appeared of progressive web apps. And I think that's showing that maybe that side of the platform might actually work and might actually be better. So let's hope that this will be something that will happen for sure. Notifications have been modified and are clearer. So you see here, I've got notifications that are separate for each app. It tells me the mail app that sent me something, Facebook app, or email, or here virus threat protection summary. Here my OBS Studio always crashing for some reason, but still works. So everything that I have done, everything that I do, and there's more here as you see, is clearly identified to what is what. Including the continue where you left off. So if I watch something on my main Windows 10 PC, go to another Windows 10 PC, I'll have continue where you left off. You want to, see whatever. And it's nice because the fact that it's clearly stated which app is sending this is nice. So you can close things by app. You can close things by simply one notification at a time. And of course, you have the clear all notifications. One of the first things you might need to get used to is the clear all notifications has moved around on this panel quite a lot, and it takes sometimes a little bit of being used to move it to the bottom right, because for a long time it was up here and it's kind of difficult to go through. Of course, the notifications area has a fluent design background with the buttons changing, their lighting depending on where you are. So all of this is, of course, in there, and all the notifications stuff you can actually change within the settings app. So if you want to know what notifications and action settings and change the button, everything is in here. You can choose which app will send you notifications, which don't, and just shut off notifications if you want, and even show them on the lock screen. So a few things that have changed with this: notifications, Windows Store, and PWA apps now available. Progressive web apps run only starting with this Spring Creators update. So this is something new coming for sure. And we'll see, well, apps, and what might be interesting is the progressive web apps can easily add notifications and, add themselves to, say, the timeline feature, or, send all sorts of notifications. For example, if Chrome would do, because we know Chrome will add notifications in Windows 10 in one of its versions. Well, there's not a lot missing for them to do so with the rest of the system, including using timeline. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up, and we're taking this look at the latest version of Windows 10.